Hi, I'm Stu, and welcome back to another video tutorial. Today, we're going to take a first look at Moment's new app called Grain, and it's for colour grading. Now, after you've done the initial launch and a quick tour of the interface, you get taken to the video library where you can create a new project in effect. If you tap create, I've got a couple of files here, and this is obviously from the Photos app. So we tap on all photos and we'll tap on, oh look, it crashed. Interesting. We'll launch it again. Let's try that again. Create new. Tap the video. Next. There we go. So you can highlight the clip and you can set an in and out point. Now what I'm not keen on here is that it doesn't reduce the timing selected until you let go of your finger or Apple Pencil in my case, and we can play it through. There's a bit of a glitch going on with the playhead as well. It's playing through now. So that's not very smooth. Take it to 7 seconds, tap done, and you can obviously down in the bottom right hand corner add more footage if you want to, but we'll just stick with one clip just now. Tap done, that then gets loaded onto the screen. Okay, so back to this side, we've got some basic templates. So if we tap on natural, you'll see it instantly converts the footage. Now we've now got 4 options. Assuming the one in the top right is to export the look. Yep, and we've also got the ability to favorite it. We can also copy it, and this is something else that I'm not so keen on as well. You would think if you copied it, it would appear on this list, but it actually doesn't. It goes to your looks, which you can then go in and edit, or in my case, I'm just going to delete it back to the templates. And then if you tap the icon on the top left, that will then take you into your edit interface. And in here, you've got color, and that's broken down into 5 sections. You've got different sort of presets above to get you a good starting point, I guess. You've also got sliders, curves, hue, saturation, luminance, and that's going to be a handy one, and also color wheels, which you can play about with as well. So starting in here, what I'd probably do is pause the video, reset everything so that we're kind of zeroed out, even though we started off with the natural look from there. It's just a case of a bit like editing in Adobe Lightroom, I suppose, or in Darkroom, which I suppose is the closest app you can compare it to. You just go in and dial in your settings. So you can play with the sliders, which is handy enough, or you can go down into the curves and play with them, changing either the overall RGB or going into the reds, greens and blues individually. Now the one thing I've also noticed is sometimes you can't manipulate this center curve, and other times you can manipulate it, and it's a bit weird, but at the moment it's working, which is quite good. So you can pull a curve or completely reset it. Hue, saturation and luminance. Well, if we go into the blues, for example, we could shift them into the green end of things or more the purple end of things, or we could go purple and desaturate. Looks awful, but you get the idea. And then the brightness of the color, you can see it brightens up the blue. If we go into the yellows for the rust, it plays with it a little bit. Try orange, so we could exaggerate the rust somewhat on an individual basis, but again, these are controls available to you if you already have Darkroom. The color wheels are nice and smooth to use, although I don't know if you noticed there, but the little white circle disappeared at one point there. So there are a few bugs in the app at the moment. See how it's disappearing again, and then it comes back, and then once you place your Apple Pencil or finger over the little indicator, it recovers itself. And again, highlight vanishes and then it comes back. So it's definitely interesting. If we did, for example, a 16mm look, you can see what it's done to the settings. Let's have a look at the curves, hue, saturation. There's alterations to the oranges, bit on the green, bit on the blue, and that's kind of it. If we go to cinematic, you can see the different settings that it's using. And then also if we switch over to LUTs, you can import a baseline LUT. So for example, if you were shooting on 10-bit log V3 with Filmic Pro, you could bring in their LUT to have as a good starting point before you actually start to play with things. So that's the colour side of things. If we go over to effects, you'll see we've got different film looks, which is film grain, and you've got sort of scratches. If you tap on the plus, you've got the dust intensity, shape, speed, density, colour of it, which I quite like. We've then got different light leaks. We've got blur and sharpen. Let's have a look at blur for a second, see what's going on here. Not a lot. Let's just reset that. I'm just going to reset these a little second. Go back to all. Distortions. Distortion 2. Alright, okay. Chroma. That's a bit much. It's got a kind of glitch vibe to it. And we've got a VHS look. That's definitely a crappy VHS look. That's the overall effects. We then go to overlay and you can see it's different frame layouts. Now, again, I don't know what's going on here with that, but you can see the different things going on. Color, layouts. A lot of these I just wouldn't use, but it's certainly a fun way of changing a layout and just playing around with things. Looks like you can add text, a date. I wonder if you can alter that. Just do it from the dialog box. That looks quite good. It's like blurring on it. Time and a sprocket. Not sure I've got that working very well, but it's definitely a case of this is how you can destroy your video clip. You just have to be very precise with what you wanted in a look rather than just tapping on things. We go back to the effects and then color. There's no real way of resetting it all. You can tap before and after and play it through, and it doesn't work with the Apple keyboard spacebar to tap play, which I find a little bit frustrating. You can see the sprocket blur now working. So if we go to default and then go to effects, reset those, there's no real way of switching that off either. Still running with a sort of VHS look. Well, what do I think? It's an interesting app, a little bit frustrating in places in terms of being able to go back. If I tap on here and I assume I just ditch that, create new and go back in, overall sort of restart option I think would be useful. You'll see even at that point, it actually just starts you off exactly where you were. So if we discard, there we go. So there is an option to discard everything and kind of start back with the natural look. So I guess this is just going to take a little bit of playing with and we'll see where it goes. I've got other apps, the likes of Darkroom and Node Video, that pretty much have the same power to do what this app's doing. Is it worth £60? Well, that's a good question. I would personally say no. It'll be interesting to see what LumaFusion bring to the table in terms of their color grading options. So if you're already using LumaFusion, which you probably are because you're watching my videos, then this might not be something that you would want. So there we go, that's grain by moment. Score out of 10, I'd probably give it a 3. Needs improvement. It's one of these things like any app, you've got to just get used to it in the first place and take it from there. If you've liked this video tutorial, by all means, give me a thumbs up. It's always appreciated. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you've earned your subscription today. Tap that bell to be notified of my next video tutorial. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye.